says we're already 15 seconds into the stream, but I just started. Hello. Welcome to the end of September. We have this is the same time frame as last month, so we're starting at 11 p.m., which is my time, 11 p.m. my time. And we will be going until 1 a.m. on October 1st. So, welcome to the end of September. Definitely feel like that month just flew by. As far as what I will be working on, I have some drafting that I would like to get done. I will probably start working on episode 6, or not start working on, but I will continue working on episode 6 for right now, which is interesting because I distinctly remember that I was working on episode 5 in the last one of these, so I would have liked more progress than that, but that's also part of what these streams are for, is just like a catch up and kind of like forgive yourself for not being as productive as you thought you could be, because this way we get to end with an hour of productivity. So I will do that. I also have edits for episode 5 that I will probably be doing during this, and yeah, and as well as NaNoWriMo is a month away. 1 month from now, if I do one of these on Halloween, which I'm pretty sure I will be able to, but 1 month from now, I will be sitting here to stream to y'all to open up NaNoWriMo, which came by so fast, and I definitely don't think I'm ready for it, but we're gonna try our best. You know, I'm going back to the 50,000 word goal, but trying my best not to put a whole bunch of pressure on myself to get to that goal. This will probably be the first year that I lose NaNoWriMo, because every other time I usually push myself at the very end, because I feel so strongly that I have to complete it. This summer, when I did Camp NaNoWriMo, my goal was 20,000 words, and I put it so low so that the chances of me losing would be so very low. And even still, I scraped by. So this time, because I have more people who will be accountable with me, because I have the writing club that I'll be IMO with. Excuse me. I will be doing 50,000 words with them, most likely. But again, low pressure. It's been hard enough to get any of the words down, but as far as where we are at with Millwordy, last time was the start of Millwordy. So all words that I got starting that new hour were a part of that. Which I don't remember how I counted those. I don't remember if I counted the ones like as we switched over, although maybe I stopped working on new draft words when the new day happened, so that I would just be doing so that I could just count it after I woke up and make that easy. According to my tracker, I got 1,000 words on day 1, so whether that was part of this live stream or part of just the day after I woke up. I remember there was a Kate Kavanaugh kickoff live stream that I joined because I did this live stream and then I went to bed and then I woke up and did that one. Which Kate Kavanaugh is now did one this morning, which I attended. So I already have some words down, not as much as I hope. I'd like to get some more before the end of the day, which we'll be starting that pretty soon here. But as far as Millwordy goes, I am at almost 18,000 words since the start of this month. And according to my stats, in order to be on track, I would have had to get 25,000. So I'm quite a bit behind. That doesn't mean that it's impossible to catch up, but I mean, knock on wood, but I expect that this will be a trend that I will just slip further and further behind because it was a goal and not like it was specifically meant to be a challenge and not something that I was really going to sweat over if I didn't complete religiously. So or just trying to get into the habit of writing frequently and making writing a habit. So I am, and this is also kind of a guilt experiment for me. Like one of the reasons why, well, the main reason why NaNoWriMo it gets so hard and why I usually just crash at the end of it is because I feel specifically that I cannot fail at it. And therefore, I push myself probably harder than I can go in order to get to that final goal. So, my part of my intentions with taking on a challenge that I honestly did not think that I could complete was to allow myself to just rest easy that maybe things aren't going so well and being able to know that I'm behind and not beat myself up over it. So this is also kind of a mental experiment for me in many ways, and that's probably my main goal is make writing as much of a habit as you can and keep up with the YouTube community, but also be kind to yourself. And on that note, we will probably start with a sprint. And I'm gonna start with drafting probably because I'm still pretty awake. My 6 to 9 p.m. class, which I was really worried about doing this stream today because I usually am very tired by the end of that class. But I feel like today it took mercy on me because the procedures that we did were relatively straightforward and non-stressful, unlike what they usually are. So I am still very awake. That could also have to do a lot with the coffee that I drank both this morning and before that class. But nevertheless, we're feeling good. And if I don't end up getting to bed on time, my class tomorrow doesn't start. I don't have any classes until 10:45, which means that I plan to sleep in a bit after all this. But in order to earn that sleep, I have to get enough words that if I don't write anything tomorrow, it will still be okay. Because I usually write in the morning before class, and if I don't get up before class, I can't do that. So let us, I just pulled out my Word document because I didn't have that up before. So, right. As of this morning, I started briefly drafting episode 7. So I can't decide if I want to continue with 6 or work on 7. I should do 6. I don't know. Well, okay, we'll put it this way. We will try for 6. And no, we'll try brand new drafting of 7. And if that doesn't work, I can always switch over to 6 because 6 is just copying. It's doing a lot of what I did last. That's right. That's how I got the amount of words, is because I was revising. I was making a second draft, which means that I had all of the concepts down and I was just rewriting them over. I was editing. So so at least in a month, I got with to be in the same stage that I was with episode 5, now in episode 6. Within a month, I did that. But I also am committed to getting up to a 2 episodes a month posting schedule. So in that case, I should be editing, or I should be done with like episode 9 by this next stream this month. But also because of NaNoWriMo, I was talking about I'd like to get far ahead. But I realized that I almost just fell behind because episode 5 is it's 11/11, by the way. Make a wish. I wish that I will get a lot of words written. Episode 5 is going up this Friday. And so that means that episode 6, which should hopefully be done in like the next week, will be on the 16th. And then I need to get through My goal is to get through episode 9, because then I have the first week of December covered, which is still finals, in which case I expect that I will not have a lot of time to finish. So, anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with that. We shall get started. So, I assume it can be like last time, where I got 2 sprints in at the end of the month and 2 sprints in at the beginning. So we'll do second to last sprint. Well, actually, okay, so when I did this live stream last time, I was doing 25-minute sprints only. But when I joined Kate Kavanaugh's live stream this morning, I liked how it was suggested in the chat to do the dates. So starting out with a 9 minutes and 30-second sprint, and then when whatever sprint to get out the rest of the hour, and then the first sprint of October, 10:31 or 31:10 was wait, no, 10:01. Someone suggested in the chat 31:10, which doesn't have anything to do with the current date. They were just doing it in honor of Halloween. But honestly, I really like the idea of doing a 30-minute sprint for this live stream setup. So we might be doing a half-hour live stream, or a half-hour sprint starting in October. But let's start with start with our 9:31. So I don't know what to call it, but we'll just call it sprint number 1. And we will put that on. And now we shall conjure up the timer. Right there. Yes, that can be seen. So let's change this to 9:31. Wait, no, 9:30. I can think. Remember what I said about not being tired? Is that true? Who knows? But 9:30. Yeah. So warm up sprint. And here we go. Alright, just finishing up something. So, was the end of sprint 1. Sorry, I have this red, white, and blue popcorn that I was stuffing my face with during that. It's oh, the color is severely messed up on camera, but I apologize for the chewing that was heard before I realized I should mute myself. But this popcorn is really strange because they're not just dyed different colors; they also taste different. Like the red ones taste vaguely strawberry, but the blue ones taste very strongly of blueberry. And it's odd because I've had flavored popcorn before, but not like fruity flavors. They're usually I had like a cake batter one and a s'mores one, I think. Um, and so I was expecting them to just be dyed different colors. But then I bit into it and discovered that no, they actually they taste different. And then the white one, the white ones are just normal kettle corn. Um, yeah, these were given to us by the university in honor of the presidential debate, the vice presidential debate. Um, and yeah, they're interesting, but they're quite the snack. And the bag doesn't have a good way to seal, especially the way that I opened it, at least the way that I opened it. And so that was a big contributor to the stuffing of the face because it was good popcorn. And now I feel like I should eat a lot of it so that it doesn't go to waste. Like I don't want it to get stale. It's not going to go to waste, but it's also 11:30 and I should not be eating popcorn. But it was next to me because I was snacking on it during class. And now I just want to eat more of it. But words. I should talk about words because that's what we're here for. This is not snacks live stream. This is a writing live stream. So I wrote 200 words. That is how we're starting. I don't know how to feel about my significant loss of sprinting power. Because last year's NaNoWriMo, I distinctly remember I was able to get like 800 or 900 words in a 25-minute sprint. And that hasn't been the case since that NaNoWriMo. Now, I don't know if, I should switch off the timer view while I'm talking, because that makes sense. Also, you can see the mess in the background. I didn't know that. I didn't know that ahead of time. Can we cover up the mess? Yes. Can I turn you this way so that you see the vines, those vines, instead of the mess? And I'll just be a little off center. Well, we won't go that far. We'll go that far. But anyway, oh, you can even see the lights dingling down, but you can't see the top lights, but they're all up there. Anyways, I keep saying things. Yes. So last NaNoWriMos, like while I was writing all those words, they were not quality words. They were just sort of ranting. I was just ranting to the page. Like I was so desperate to get words that I would write one sentence that I'm like, how many different ways can I elaborate on this sentence? And I would just keep going. And so I don't know if that gave me like a false sense of what I was capable of because I got really excited that I was able to write so quickly. And I was like, now and forever, my writing will be this fast. And I was like my sprinting speed was would usually get pretty high word counts, and now it's significantly less, and I think it's fallen far below average now. And I don't know what the problem is. I know that I have had a significantly harder time writing, in the past year, I guess, since now, oh boy, past year, because it would have been end of November. Well, really, it started like halfway through November, so almost a whole year. I have been significantly struggling with writing, and this, like, working on the frequency of the episodes has helped me a lot because it has forced me to sit down and write something, and it's also just a project that I have a lot of freedom with because I know a very general structure, but it's not like any of my other projects where I outline them very elaborately ahead of time. But also, I know that I'm an outliner, and that kind of thing usually helps me. So I don't know. We're doing some self discovery through all of this. Maybe Will Wordy will also help in that. Someday, I have on my writing bucket list, essentially. Ooh, that would be a good video idea. Writing bucket list. I like that. But to write a book entirely by pantsing, like no plotting ahead of time, except a vague premise and some characters, and just try my best to live as a pantser. Also a good video topic, but that is just something that I struggle so much with because I'm such an outliner that I have to outline everything to the very basic, like the smallest form of detail that I can possibly get to. And that's something as Preptober comes on, as I'm trying a new method of outlining for Preptober, at least a new official method, because this is pretty actually similar to what I usually do, just more structured in the way of doing it. But I'm trying the official version of the snowflake method for Preptober for NaNoWriMo this year. So the one that starts with like you write a sentence premise and then you expand that sentence into a paragraph that encompasses the whole story, and then you next is characters, so you write a page for each of the characters, and then you write the synopsis, which is a full page of the plot, and essentially you just keep going until you get bigger and bigger and more detailed. And again, that is a form of what I'm used to doing. I usually do lots of brainstorming and then try and fit it into a scene list. Like I do lots of brainstorming, figure out like the main story beats, and then jump to the scene list where I am filling in things as I go. And that's sort of my synopsis. Is I usually am run by scene lists. Like that's the most helpful and the most common outlining form that you'll see from me. And this snowflake method also includes a scene list. It's just that there's far more before you get to that point. Because my scene list usually comes after sort of the main plot story beats, and I fill in things from there. And I recently it may also I always reference Caddytastic for the one who wrote this up, but I think it is heavily inspired by the Save the Cat beat sheet because I noticed that there's a lot of similarities between those. But when Caddytastic did a video about how she outlines, I turned that whole process into its own. It's like a scene list, but it's story beats. And I've been using that more recently. I haven't written a whole book from uh that version yet. I don't think I used that last year because I think I discovered it after I was writing. I also don't remember where I saved. Oh, that's something that I need to do before I graduate. Is I put that in all of my files through the university, so I need to remember to pull that book out before that gets deleted before I graduate. That's a several year thing. That's just something that I want to remind myself. But where I was going with that is that we're trying something new, and we'll see how it goes. That will probably be some videos. I'm also considering filming tomorrow. Oh, I was gonna get my camera and start. Where is my camera? I assume it's there. And film like a first day of Preptober. Maybe once we switch over, I'll be prepping, because I'd also thought about that as something to do during this time frame. Is be prepping for NaNoWriMo. I think I mentioned that at the beginning. I don't know. Again, long day. So, with that said, let's do another sprint. I will stop rambling, and I know that I will have more to talk about as we go. And it also means that I get to eat more popcorn, which is always a good plan. So for the next time frame, these are short so far, but I also did say that I'm planning to do a longer one once we cross over. And we do a next sprint, and then maybe we can fit one more in for September, but also maybe not. And then the first sprint of October is the 1001 in honor of the new month. And maybe that will probably become a frequent thing, is the first sprint is the date. The first sprint of each section. And then after that 1001 will probably be the half hour one. We'll do a half hour sprint, which I don't think I've ever done before. I don't know if I've done it. I definitely don't think I've done it on my live streams. I don't think I've done it on someone else's either. Followed a half hour live stream. I heard that Becca C. Smith did a 1 hour writing sprint, which again I argue can that be called a sprint. But I am not opposed, and this definitely sounds like something I will do in one of my live streams, because I've always been a fan of longer sprints. But we'll find out. That will be a future thing. But for now, let's call this the potentially last sprint. And I was thinking for this timeline, we do the time 10:36 of starting. I don't know if that's creative or uncreative, but that's what I'm thinking. So let's set that up. 11. I said 10:36, didn't I? That's hours. Oh boy. Coffee is sustaining me, but is it really? 10:36. 11:36. Okay. Let's start before it's 11:37. Oops. Yes. Keep that up. If I keep my mic on, then I have to not eat popcorn, but I want a little bit, so. That was loud. That was loud. And that happened. But here we are. I think, again, I'm only at about 200 words more than I was before, which is not nothing, but still not great. You know, it's going to be hard to make up that 10,000 words that I'm missing from Millwordy with a pace like this. But here we are. Let me correct my word count. 404, which leaves me with only about 400. I almost said 1,000. That would be wrong. 300, 400 words for this section, plus words that I had before. And then eventually we're going to switch over to October 1st, and there will be no way to go back from there. So as far as my main data, maybe we do a 5-minute just as a recap, because just try my best to crank out any more words for September before it's over. Let's do that. Let's rapid fire 5-minute. Here we go. 5 minutes, not 36 seconds. 5 minutes. And then we'll talk about something. Edit this. All right, here we go. 5 minutes. Try your best. Possible I almost got 200 words in that sprint, yet same amount in double the time. But also that's the power. Did I put the banner on? I don't think I actually put the banner on. But I mean, this was the banner if I put it on or if I didn't. But here we are. October starts in 5 minutes, which means officially Preptober starts in 5 minutes. Let me update my word count to see if, in fact, I did write the same amount in that sprint as I have as every other sprint. Okay, like 150. So, 551. I am starting to feel a bit fatigued. So I will probably switch projects. Well, I'll switch what I'm doing. It'll either be episode 6 or it will be uh, prepping. I'm thinking maybe for the first sprint of October. Let me just wrap this blanket around myself because my window's open and it's kind of cold. Perhaps for the first sprint of October, I work on episode 6. Oh, wait, I did say that I needed to edit something that I agreed to do tonight. So, well, I'll do that. That'll be the first sprint of October for me, and then probably for the half-hour one at the end, I will. What did I just click? I clicked close all projects in Scrivener. Which, I was gonna do actually, that's not true. I did need it open for the editing. And then I will probably spend the half-hour one just brainstorming for NaNoWriMo. And I think that's something that sounds good to me. Let's see. This is going to double my word count because we are editing this chapter, which means we are going to copy and paste into a new document. So my word count's about to jump, which, effectively helps me. It's so hard to figure out how to balance counting what to count and what not, because there are so many things that I'm like, I feel like if I'm putting in the effort, I should be counting this. But also, the whole point was that I'm only counting actual draft words. But it's so defeating when you have. It's so hard when you have a challenge that requires you to write every day. But some days you spend the same amount of time that you did as you would have drafting, but it's outlining or it's editing. It's doing something that allows you to do the drafting later. And so the clock is ticking away, but you know that you're still being productive. So I've started fudging a bit more on what I count, just like being less intense about it. Because I don't know what else to do. Like, I don't want to be. I don't know how to be. I don't know how to be. I didn't know what to do. I don't think I'm going to change now because this is kind of what I'm going with, although maybe I will. Who knows? There are 11 months left of this challenge. But that also means I get to total up my word count for my 1 million mission, which I will do that right now. Let me find that file. I don't actually know where it is. Every time I look. There it is. Is this what it is? What I wrote. Here we go. What did I write in the month of September? I think just the beginning Milwordy. We wrote episode. Did I count? I did count episode 4. So the rocks on. Right. So I had started this thing, but now I'm tracking, so I think it's okay. Using trackers. I think it's okay because I used to only count it by completed episodes because that was the easiest way to add the numbers together. But episode 5 slash parts of 6 and beginning of 7. Or first draft of 6. Which brings us to a total of, we count what we had before, plus the monthly total for September. What is, oh, speaking of midnight, welcome to October, everyone. 10:01 is what we will be sprinting for in a very short amount of time. But there's a potential if anyone is staying up for Preptober. That would be the time to join my stream if you're interested. But this amount plus this amount brings us to grand total for my 1 million mission 715,584 words. Officially in the month of as of the month of September, from as far as I know, my whole life. At least everything that I could conjure up. So that leaves us with, actually that's so very close. Assuming that if I were to complete Milwordy, like that's, I started 3,000 less than what my goal is for Milwordy. So like a day after Milwordy, I could just finish my 1 million mission, which would be pretty darn great. But here we are, 6,000 words away from being on track. So can we really say that it's possible? I mean, anything's possible, but I need to edit now. So first sprint of October will be well, I'll call the next one my first Preptober sprint because that will be true. Because I'm not prepping right now. I am going to do the edits that I almost forgot about, even though I promised that I would do those tonight. So this will be 10:01 as promised. Switch over, please. Switch to, oh, it stopped. Stop doing that. Not, don't like that. 10:01. 10:01. That is ready. Let me pull up my project because it is somewhere. We don't want that. Let's use a Chrome tab. Nope, not that. Chrome tab. New window. Google Drive. Loading. Loading. I think I will do 30:09 for the last one, as if it was as a goodbye to the September day that was. All right. Episode 5 is somewhere. Episode 5 is here. Okay, I am ready to begin. So let's begin. 10:01. Here we go. Nope, I need to stop doing that. Okay, that's the timer. It is 12:15 a.m. Our half-hour sprint will bring us right on time. What did I say? 30:09. Um, yes, and that will be entirely a Preptober sprint for me. Save that. So we will do that shortly. Um, almost. I have a couple more things in episode 5, which I was editing that I want to go through, but I'll go through those tomorrow. Um, and I'll have to. Maybe I'll do that during class. If I don't end up waking up earlier than that. But other than that, I believe I'm set. Didn't get a whole lot of words, but I think we can say that my next, like, I feel good in that my next sprinting time, which actually I believe Kate Kavanaugh is doing a live stream Friday morning that I will be attending, perhaps. Which means that if I don't do any writing tomorrow, I'm still getting some good progress done on that Friday, and so if I dedicate that to a lot of sprinting and getting 6 prepared for posting later on, my goal would have been to get 6 ready to send off by the end of this week. But maybe I can make that goal for the weekend. I don't think I will get it by Friday unless I feel inspired to do a lot more tomorrow. But considering that I also have to read my, what do I have to do tomorrow? I have to read my English, and I still have my philosophy homework assignment that I didn't do today. And I started in Dragon Age. I started a really long, like, main quest sequence. Not really long, but like really important main quest sequence that I didn't end up finishing before my 6 p.m. class. So I would like to do that tomorrow as well, if I have time. But my time frame goes until 5. So I have from noon to 5, which actually isn't that much time. Amazing how that just happens. Which means it would be a good idea to wake up early tomorrow. But also, I assume we're going to be pretty tired after this. So, with that said, within the next 3 minutes, I will start the 30-minute sprinting time, and that will be it. And then after that, we will close out, and I will be sprinting again. That's right. So I am part of the Virtual Writing Renaissance Fair, which is on the 17th and 18th, and I will be hosting a sprint on my channel for that, which will be another late night one, which I'm now realizing is kind of becoming my brand, which wasn't the intention. It just so happens that these monthly ones I wanted to be overnight because the whole point is that it's the end of the month and the beginning of the new month. But yes, so if I want to make that not my brand, that means I have to do more morning live streams, which I can do. Like NaNoWriMo is the best time to do that. But I also would like to get. Oh, speaking of videos, I was talking about potentially doing a day 1 of Preptober video. Maybe I'll do that Friday instead, because that will be my day 1 of Preptober if I don't do any prepping tomorrow. But I was thinking of doing a video for that. So that will be good, because that'll be like a single day vlog, which I haven't done. Because the last vlog was the weekly one. That was the writing experiment, which editing is fun, and getting videos uploaded is fun. And I would like to do another one soon. So I just need an idea for that. Maybe if I could get into like a once a week, once every other week posting schedule. Problem is having ideas. Like, I have no problem filming the video and editing the video. It's just having an idea that is something that I want to execute. Live streams are easy because the idea is already made for me, and I know exactly what I'm going to be doing when I turn on the camera. But here we are. It is 12:20, as I said. I wanted to be starting the sprint by now. So this will be a 30-minute sprint, which means We have a lot of focusing to do. I bet my timer was on 30 because the last time I did this, I did a 30-minute one. But I also don't remember if I would have. 30:09, as promised, is now set up. We shall put that up on the screen. You know, I could always do like this, but I don't know. I think seeing the person is important. Full screen layout. Ah, I could just switch it to that, but that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, 30 minutes on the clock. If we just push through, we can make it, and then we can go to bed after getting some work done. This will be entirely prepped over for me, as I said, so I will be outlining entirely, which will be cool. Let's bring this over to the front so that we can turn off my external monitor now. Okay, first Preptober sprint, 30 minutes. We got this. Let's go. I actually have some ideas to implement that I wrote down earlier, so that will be how I start this. And that's it. I didn't feel like I struggled with the length of that one very much. Outlining for me is very straightforward and focused for long periods of time. It's a lot harder for me to do that during writing sprints for word drafting, but outlining. So maybe if I did the 1 hour, I think I mentioned this earlier, but if I did the 1 hour writing sprint, it would be most likely to be when I'm outlining or editing, because that kind of is contingent to that sort of thing. But here we are, almost 2 hours later, having kicked off October. We sent off September, and we kicked off October, Preptober. The clock is ticking between now and NaNoWriMo. But with that, I am going to sign off and go get some sleep. And I will be on my channel sprinting again, if not before then, on October 17th. And then after that, you can catch my next Reboot live stream on the 31st. Same time, same place, assuming. Most likely, unless I do anything weird because it's Halloween. But yeah, the chance to do that in costume will be exciting. I don't actually know what kind of costume I will be in yet, but that is in the works with my roommates. Let me here. I can do this for like the 2 minutes left that I'll be here. But thank you for following along with me, and yeah, I will see you next time. And happy writing, happy prepping, and I hope you are as productive as you can be. And see you next time. Bye.